Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Before starting my video, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do, and do not forget to turn on notifications as I'm sharing everyday great contents for you. Alright, in this video we're going to start triggers. Let's start with the trigger definition first. To show you, I'm going to open my sales table. If you remember guys, our previous lesson, I would like to enter the total amount for each sale, and they were null, if you remember. And I type an update command, update query, to add those numbers in related rows. So to get rid of this section, I'm going to add a trigger, and this trigger make my database automatically calculated after I type quantity and product ID. Alright, let me show you an example. For example, I'm going to sell, let's say, product ID number 3 to client ID 2 by employee 1, which is going to be to quantity, enter. As you can see, we need to manually calculate the total number and add here. So to get rid of this, I'm going to use trigger now. Let's delete this row. Perfect. And now try to create a new trigger. Actually, there is two type creating triggers. The first one is using declaring variables and merging tables. I'm going to using declares. I know I didn't show you how to use declare keyword, but it is really easy to understand um, if it's the first time you met with the triggers. Then I will show you how to merge tables and make them quickly. Alright, let's create trigger and let's give a name, total amount maker. Perfect. So it is going to be on TBL sales trigger, and once we finished our trigger, it's going to be stored under TBL sales table trigger folders. Alright, let's leave it like that on TBL sales. So uh, I want my trigger to be triggered after insert action, because I'm going to insert a new data to TBS sales. Then I want my trigger to update my same data, calculating by total amount. Alright, perfect. After insert, and I'm going to use as keyword, it is going to begin and end. Let's open, let's add some space. So our command line will be located between begin and end keywords. Alright, so let's start with the declaring. But before declaring, let's uh, type our update command. Update TBL sales set total amount. I'm going to update total amount. Yes, this here is the calculation section. So I'm going to multiply quantity with 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 the selected with the sell prices of selected item by the operator. Okay, so I'm going to give a name, a variable name. Let's say sell amount. Perfect. But we didn't assign any data yet. We're going to do it. Do not worry about it. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, and we also need, once we use this command, our all total columns will be changed. We need to add a filter for which product. So this going to be ID must be, let's say, new ID, and we're going to assign this variable as well. Let me show you again to make everything clear for you. So we're going to add a new data, right? So let's add one more time. Product ID going to be 3, client 2, employee 1, quantity 5. All right. Once we add it, this is our new ID. So we need to pick it in our trigger. So I'm going to define as a new ID because once I try to use update, I need to select this row exactly to update it with the new total amount. So we need to catch this total new ID, and we need to catch product ID as well. Why I'm telling you product ID? Because we need to catch the sell price of selected product. Okay, let's using declare keyword add new ID. So new ID is going to be integer. Just be careful while you defining your variable. Our sales table ID is integer. All right. Then I need a product ID. A product ID, which is going to be integer. It must be integer. Let me have a look. This is integer as well. Okay. So I need a cell amount. To prevent confusion, I'm going to check product ID. Let's say new product ID. Okay. Let's say cell amount. It is going to be decimal. You can check it. I remember it must be decimal. All right. Now all we need to do is assign a data to those variables. Now update command is working. As you can see, there is no error message underneath of our variables. Now we need to assign variable. Okay. To do that, we're using select keyword. Select it. New ID. Right? Now we're going to assign our data. So this new ID must be the ID. Right? But this ID, how can we know this ID comes from where? This must be come from, there is another keyword, inserted. The inserted means the ID of inserted data. Perfect. Let's put your cursor on it. DBA account, TBL sales. And let's have a look ID. It's ID. There is no error with it. Okay, perfect. We select our new ID. Now let's continue with new product ID. New product ID must be the product ID. Let me show you. This is the column name. Again, from inserted. Perfect. It's, I assume you understand this section as well. Now all we need to do, select sell price. Select at sell amount must be the sell, it must be the sell price. Let me have a look. Let's sell price. And to prevent confusion, I'm going to add new sell price. Let's change this variable, new sell price. Okay. And sell price from TBL product. But we have a lot of product. Which product of sell price we need to use? So I need to add a filter. ID must be new product ID, which is comes from inserted product ID. All right, let's have a look. Invalid column name ID. Is that TBL products? Perfect, it's working. Let's check. Is everything all right? Yeah. So we have new ID, we have new product ID, we have new sell price as well. And let's have a look our update again. So we're going to update TBL sales after inserting a new data, and we're going to set a total, a new number. So it's going to be multiply of quantity and new sell price, and this new sell price comes from TBL products which is equal to new product ID, and it comes from again inserted data by the operator, and it seems everything all right. Yeah, let me have a look. All right, let's use function 5 and comments completed successfully. Oops, let me put it down a little bit. Perfect. All right, let's have a look at our triggers. Right click on TBS sales, and there's our refresh. Yep, here we go. Total amount maker. This is our triggers guide. If you would like to modify it, right click on it and click modify. All right, let's try to add a new sales, but let's delete this one first. Okay, so I want to add, let's say product number 3, and I sold it to number 2, and it's sold by number 2 again, and quantity is going to be 2. Let's enter. As you can see, the data is added, but we have um, as you can see, there is a, how can I say, there's a notification here, and it's telling us you need to update your database because our trigger is worked. Right click on it, execute SQL. As you can see, the total amount write automatically. Let's have a look. Let's check number product 3 and times 2. Let's have a look at product 3 dishwasher 360 times 2, it's 720. I assume you understand how we add trigger in our sales table right now. Okay, let me have a look how many minutes have been done. It's 11 minutes. Yeah, I can continue with the other triggers. So, let's make this section command line, and let's go back our tables. Which table needs trigger? Okay, so we have client table, right? We have a client table. Let me have a look. Where's my client table? Let's open sales again. All right, as you can see, we have client balance. I want my database automatically calculate client balance by when we add a new data. Okay, here is the story. I'm going to add a new data to a client, and the total amount will be automatically add to the client balance. This is how we using triggers in databases. All right, let's continue then. Oh, did I close my query before saving? No problem at all. Right click on modify, and let's copy this section, close it now. New query, Control V, TBL sales. All right, let's make it great. All right, I think everything is same as before. Yeah, make a command line. All right, let's create another trigger. Let's say balance maker on. Now it's going to be on clients table, TBL clients. So it's going to be after insert again, yeah, as begin end. All right, let me think a little bit what kind of variable we need. Okay, let's start with typing our update query, update TBL clients, set balance. Okay, we need to add a balance, right? This balance must comes from TBL sales, right? Okay, this is going to be at actually every time I add a new sale, it must be add on it. So it must be balance, previous balance plus add new sale. Yeah, new sales. All right. So we need to find how much we need to add the related client balance. And let's add our filter. Never forget adding filter. ID must be add new client ID. Okay. I'm using new prefix to prevent confusion. Okay. So we need to find which client and we need to find how much we sold to that client. All right. Let's type declaring at declare at new client. Let's have a look our client ID. It's this is city, sorry. Let's have a look. Small int. Okay. Small int declare at new sales and it is decimal 18,2. All right, let's find the new client first, and if we need any variable we can add it. Okay, select at new client must be okay client ID, and it must come from TBL sales. TBL sales, not TBL sales, sorry guys, it must be come from inserted data to TBL sales. All right, let's have a look. Is there any problem here? All right, the problem is we are using TBL clients, right? I'm going to TBL sales again because I'm going to use my actually my variables, everything on sales table. I'm going to just update TBL clients. Okay. So why we have here the object balance maker? Did I? Okay. Let's say I guess I did some try before the lesson. Let me have a look. No. Uh, let's say client balance maker. Okay, it's okay. So our client balance maker is going to work on TBL sales, and once I add a data on TBL sales, my update work on TBL clients is going to work. All right, perfect. Now story is much more sense. Now all I need to find our variables. Our new client comes from inserted data, which is inserted on TBL sales client ID. All right, we catch our new client. Now we need to find out the sale amount. Okay, select at new sales must be the total amount from okay, so our total amount calculated automatically update section. So this total, we need to catch this total from after an update, right? So we can, let me have a look. Okay, if I use update, it's going to much better, I guess. Let's say after update, because if you remember, we create a total amount maker, which is going to an update query just after we add a new data on TBS sales. So I need what my trigger work just after total amount maker finish its own job. So I'm going to use update then. All right, total from inserted or updated. Let me have a look. No, it's inserted. Let's continue with inserted again. Okay. Anything else? So here we have new sales, new client. Okay. Let's have a look. So we got our balance, new sales. Okay, we need new client ID. Okay, I forgot to type ID here. New client ID. Perfect. It seems everything is okay. Let's put function 5. Okay. Before starting to call our trigger, I would like to fix a small bug which I realized while I was trying before the lessons, my triggers. If you can see, there is a null balance, and in our trigger we are trying to null amount plus a new sale, so it's not gonna work. So we need to assign all data. Let me find, yeah, as a 0 initial data. So to do that, when I add a new client, it's going to be null again, right? So all I need to do is assign balance 0 as a default. Let's fix this section as well. Let's come here. Let's make this section comment. We already created this trigger. Let's have a look again. Refresh. Yep. Here is our trigger. Okay, let's alter table tbl clients and alter column. What was the name of column? Balance, right? Balance default 0. Let me have a look. Expecting add double drop initial quoted ID. Why I can't add as a default value of the balance 0.00 or 0 in double single quotes? No, it's not working. Should I use def? No. Let me have a look from our UI. Design, balance section, default value. Yeah, here we go. Let's say 0. Yeah, add you can add your default value from here, but I forget how to add from with our query. I can leave it like that. Once I check how I'm able to alter from our query, I'll let you know. Okay, let's delete it for now. Okay, let's try our trigger right now. I'm going to let me have a look. I'm going to delete this data. All right. Now add new one. So let's add a product ID. The product ID, let's say 2, to client, let's say 1, employee 1, quantity, let's say 3, and the total amount is going to be hopefully automatically, and client balance going to be automatically. Let's add it. Right click on it. 100 and 1140. Let's have a look our clients section now. Where is our client? Yep. Let's have a look. As you can see, our Amanda Taylor has a balance 1140. Perfect. It's working. Um, Now I want my data comes automatically as well. So I'm going to add a default data for TBR sales. Let's have a look. Edit up to 100. No, let's design it. Data type. Let's say, where is the sold date? Default value. Is it get? Is that get today? Is that get today? Let me have a look quickly. No, no. Get. No, not get today. Get What was it today? Um, all right, let's have a quickly Google it. Get today MS SQL. Get date, yeah. As I told you before, you don't need to yeah, you don't need to memorize everything. You have Google, don't worry about it. Get date. Is it going to work? Okay, let's try to add a new data. Let's say 06 01 24. Let's add a new data. Product ID 7, client 2, employee 2, quantity, let's say 60. Right click, execute SQL, data comes everything comes automatically. Perfect. It's working. Let me have a look how many minutes have been done. It's 25 minutes. Okay, I'm going to finish this lesson here and we're going to continue adding triggers in our project step by step. We have a lot to do. We still have a lot to do to make our project perfect with the triggers. Okay. All right. Let's where is my sales? Okay. Close this one. I'm going to show you how we're going to add a default value, an existing table, an existing column. So we're not going to alter column, we need to add constraint to do that. Alter table, TBL sales. By the way, I removed my existing default. If you remember, we add manually from our UI. Just delete it and save it, okay? And TBL sales. We're going to add constraint and let's give a name default of df of default tbl sales sold date, and it is going to be default value, and I am going to add get date as a default value for which column? Sold date. Function 5 commands completed successfully. Let's have a look our UI sold date. Let's have a look. As you can see, get date is located in our default value section. Perfect. Alright, after this small information, let's make this command and continue our triggers. Alright. I'm going to uh, add a new trigger which is going to be for delete. Let's copy our previous one, balance maker, Control C. Alright, let's uncomment it. Okay, client balance maker. By the way, should I use it in here? No. Actually, I can create these triggers in one trigger, but to do that, I need to teach you if else blocks in TSQL section, but we didn't start yet, so I'm going to do it separately. Once we learned if else or when cases, it's going to be much more easier to create our triggers. Let's do it now with the long way, and once we learned it, we come back and delete everything unnecessary. We create new triggers again. Alright, let's create a new client balance maker for delete. Okay, and I'm going to use this trigger after delete on TBL sales. Okay, so I'm gonna say old client, not new anymore, old sales. Let's switch them to the old. Oops. Old sales, old client. Okay. So we're going to set our balance minus old sales because it's going to be deleted and it's going to remove from our client balance. Perfect. So we need to find our old client. Let's have a look. Old client ID comes from not inserted now. It's going to come from deleted. All right. And old sales must be come from deleted again. It must be done, I guess. Let's function 5. Commands completed successfully. Let's have a look. Now we have a number 2 added 1080. This one. Let's try to delete this section. Where is the delete? Yeah. It's deleted. Yes, it's gone. Let's have a look. Our results, as you can see, it's 0. Perfect. It's working. And there is another mistake actually while we're updating. Let me show you. But we're going to fix this problem again once we learned if else in TSQL. Alright, as you remember, we add 1140 for client 1, this data. What if I type wrongly? And what if I would like to edit for product, let's say 3? Let's update it. Now normally it must be delete 100. Now let's make it 4. Let's why the result is not changing. Let me have a look. Let's have a look our amount maker. Alright, because amount maker is working after insert section. Okay, let's have a look this one as well. Let's close it. If you remember, I change product all the time, many times. Let's have a look our clients now. Yeah, she is going to owe the company too much. As you can see, there is too much. We're just updating consequently, and it's not working. The problem is we need to remove the old balance and add new balance. I mean total. So to do this, we need to use if else blocks to catch is it an initial or is it a real update of doing mistaken data entry. Alright, we're going to solve those everything after when we learned if else in TSQL section. Okay, let's continue with our triggers. Let me have a look. Let's try to change our stock level as well. Okay, and it must be another sample to show you how the triggers are working. So we're going to add, yeah, it's going to be on TBL. It's going to be TBL sales again. Let's create trigger TBL sales, and oh no, sorry, this is the name of trigger. I was thinking about the what am I supposed to type while creating our algorithm. Okay, let's give a name, stock adjustment. All right, and it is going to work on TBL sales, and it's going to work after insert. Yeah, probably it's going to be up after insert. Yep, and as begin end. Perfect. All right, let's let's update TBL products, set stock level, set stock level. Stock level is going to be stock level minus sold stock. which is going to be assigned by ICE a couple of minutes later, and where ID must be sold product. All right. Let's find out sold stock and sold product. Declare sold product, and let's have a look. Actually, I'm gonna use ID. Let's product ID. Let's have a look at our product ID. Oops, sorry, not you. Product is integer. Let's say integer. Declare add sold stock, and it must be an integer as well, I guess. Let me have a look. Design, sales, quantity is small int. Yeah, small int. All right. Let's select sold product ID must be the product ID from inserted data. You can use lower capital as well, lowercase. It's not problem. Inserted. All right. So let's select sold stock, and it comes from quantity from inserted. Perfect. So we get our product ID, we get our quantity, and now we're going to use them to assign our update query. Let's function 5. Let's add a new sales now. Let's add a product ID. Let's say 7. Oops, sorry. This is a wrong misclick. Delete it. And let's have a look our clients and products. Fix the probable triggers are worked. No, it's okay. Where's the products? Categories, stock level. Yeah, it become null because we did something wrong here. Let's say 350. Okay, let's come back. So product ID, let's say 5, top, client ID 2, employee 1, quantity, let's say 10, or no, let's say 7. Let's enter, right click, execute. The total amount, the total quantity. Let's have a look at our products. Numbers, we sold number 5, right? Let's have a look number 5. It's food saver. 350 quantity we have. Execute. Now 347 we have. So this is how we adjusting our products. Okay, basically I showed you how create our triggers using insert, delete, and update queries in our table. Let me have a look how many minutes done. It's 12 minutes. I'm going to finish triggers here, and we will continue the triggers once we completed our if logic, and I'm planning to complete this database working smoothly and fluently using my triggers and procedures, all of them. Alright guys, thank you watching my video, and let's save our file. Let's save it. Perfect. Let's push it to oops, not you, sorry. Let's push it to our local repository. CD desktop. Okay, cd MS SQL, git check out development, git add all of them, git commit, let's say -m, trigger lessons, let's say, yep, okay, git check out to main, git merge with development, perfect. Let's have a look. Our log trigger lessons has been added. Perfect, guys. Thanks for watching my video, and if you hit the like button, I will be really appreciated. And if you have any questions, do not forget drop comment below the video. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.